Okay, good morning everybody. I'm going to be standing on the existing protocol. I'm just amazed with the incredible knowledge we've been gaining since morning. And I believe that we're going to put these things into you. You want to advance your career? You want to see your name on a print? How many of you want to see your name on a print? Very good. You publish, in most cases, to earn a degree. Most of the postgraduate students, you can't graduate if you don't have a published article. And so, you've got something to publish. The question, what you want to publish, does it add anything to existing knowledge? Some of you go out there, you copy something, and then you bring it to your supervisor, who probably might be busy and not have time to look at it, and at the end of the day, you say you deceived the person. Well, thank God things are changing. We have done it in now, and then we're going to pin down some people. You know, if you copy work, we're going to catch you. So, does what you want to publish, does it have to existing knowledge? Where do you publish? You publish in conferences. You publish in, what do you call it? Referred journals. We'll be having conferences sometime here, but many of you don't even take interest in publishing. So these are the outlets where you can publish. Anytime you see a conference related to your discipline, your area, you should be enthusiastic. You should have the motivation and passion to send in a paper so that you have something there. So you have thousands of journals, thousands of conferences on the internet that you can leverage to establish your research findings. So, what are the different strategies? First of all, every conference or journal have what they call thematic area, broad focus. And so, if you have a project work you're doing, maybe your first degree project, and that project covers, have something to do with that conference, that becomes a good pointer where you can throw in your article. So we look at the journal coverage, the scope, or what we call the thematic areas. I'm finding where will this my topic or this my project, where will it fit into? If it fits into it, then that's a good platform for you to. Is it peer reviewed? Is that conference or journal? Is it a peer review platform where your paper can be peer reviewed? Is it most appropriate for wide readership? Can people really key into such a platform to look at this article? Prestige. Most journals and conferences, they are prestigious outlets or venues where you can publish. For example, IEEE. Please, can you clap for IEEE here? We have several platforms where you can publish your article. IEEE, Springer, Elsevier, and a whole lot. And so if you are looking for prestige, that's a very good place to go. So you have length of time from submission to publication. You have to consider that. Most of the times you might need to publish paper maybe in 6 months or 1 year. You look at these journals and look at their time frame before you can send in your article. You look at impact factor. There are so many journals that have very high impact factor, and there's a way to verify. We'll talk about that maybe because of the presentation. Now, what are the things editors look for? If you want to send your article, these are the things we look at. Quality. What you have does it have quality? Does it have value? What is good science about it? What is the presentation package? Does it have logical coherence? Are the thoughts well coordinated to drive interest, motivation for somebody to read on? Quality. Significance and what? Originality. If your article is not of significant value, if it's not original, no professor, nobody will have time to look at an article that is full of garbage. We look at things that arouse interest. In fact, that's one of the reasons most papers are not accepted. When I look at the first paragraph and it doesn't capture my interest, there's no motivation, I'll throw it away. So, significance and what? Originality. Consistent with journal scope. Most of the times, when you want to publish, you look at what I want to publish. Does it align with the journal or conference scope? Demonstrate what? Broad interest in leadership. Citation. Well-written story, also what? Enthusiasm. These things are very critical factors. You have to put them at the back of your mind when writing your article, when discussing with your supervisor, when interacting. These are things you must have back of the mind. Next slide. So writing paper, I said you must have strong introduction so that you can engage the reader. If you send something to me and you cannot engage me, then it's not worth reading. You must be able to engage me. Your lines of thoughts, your coherence, your argument, your coordination, your referencing, everything must be such that it will be able to engage the reader. So, you send the send, explain why the work is important. Why is this work I want to do? Why is it important? You must be clear. Logically organized. I talk about logical coherence. Most papers are highly disjointed. If you look at some things people write, sometimes I can't even what I want to write, I will throw it away. Logical coherence. The things you write must have logical coherence. That's why you can't copy. Now, methodology, method must be very clear enough so you have your results well communicated. Results must be very clear and precise. When you finish your project, what kind of result you have? You must present in a very concise and very clear, manner. Now, relevant discussion. Okay, so discuss the what? Significance and implication of results. Very important. Next slide, please. So, attracting the editor. There are things you must remember. If you want to attract anybody to read the article, like I said earlier on, your abstract must be very strong. Your title must be very good, interesting, accurate, must be very brief. You must remember that your paper is competing with so many others. When you have a paper, just don't think your own is the only one there. There are so many papers. So if the editor is looking for quality papers, if yours is not among the competing ones that will attract their interest, that will fly. So there are lots of opportunities for rejection. If you don't do the right thing, your paper will reject it. And most of the times, when your paper is rejected, look what happens. You what? Go to sleep. We don't want you to go to sleep. We want you to keep on writing. Okay, so I mentioned the title, the abstract, very key, very important. Make sure that this thing satisfies the thematic area and then it's good to go. So before you submit, do internal review. Sometimes you call some of your senior colleagues, some experts in the field, interact with them. They'll give you ideas on how to fine-tune your work. So if you internal review, read notice to the authors. Most journals and conferences have instructions and guidelines on what to do. Please pay attention to those guidelines. They will help you to package your work in such a manner that will fly. Learn to write covering letter. Covering letter are just a brief summary of what your work is all about. Most editors might not have time to look at your work, but when they see the cover letter, they know exactly what you're saying, and then it will be able to fly. Submit with consent of all the authors and to only one journal. Some people submit paper to more than 5 journals. Very dangerous. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you are, particularly when you are writing to very strong journals, you don't submit to many of them. Submit to a journal that you are sure you are set your back, particularly when you have done the things you need to do. Okay, so I said before, now you can see that guy there. Some of you are football fans. He's a popular guy. You must have what? A very good referee. In fact, most of the times I advise for first degree students, when you have this work, you package it. Give it to somebody to do what? You will go through it. Tell your boss, help you to repackage it, and then you'll be able to do the right thing. If you don't do the right thing and you send it out, your paper will most likely be rejected. So, next slide. So, good reviews provide editor with information. I'm talking about literature review. Every article you write must capture very strong words, literature review. And we suggest you use current references in that area you are focusing on. So you must have very strong and very current words, literature. Go to quality journals, get articles that actually address the areas of your interest, so that you can be able to isolate what we call research gaps. Research gaps are the limitations. Please, less distraction, please. Okay, so my time is running. I can see I'm getting signal now. So we'll have the reviews. Okay, the first slide. Okay, I've mentioned some of these things before. So, but let me summarize. For every author, for every person that wants to write, it's actually a process. It's not a haphazard, event. It's a process. You must take your time to think about what you want to write. Your first degree project, please, if you finish your project, don't throw it away. And that will inform you, particularly when you start the work, you have at the back of your mind that you want to publish your work. Therefore, you must do the needful. Get good references. Meet with experts to discuss on what you want to do. Meet with your supervisor, so that at the end of the day, you will be able to extract something. Some people want to do masters after they finish their first graduate or first degree program. And they ask you, have you published an article before? Many of them start running to me, what would I do? I say, look, this is the time you start. You want to do masters after your first degree? Start now to lay the foundation. Do quality research. so that you publish. Don't copy. I want to reiterate something. Plagiarism is a very dangerous act. I got somebody fired who copied my PhD work some time ago, somewhere in South Korea. That report is still there. In fact, I copied most people that know me. What happened? I finished this work, somebody saw it, and then packaged it, changed the name and all that, and then published it in another journal. I was searching through the internet. That's why you need to be careful. I was just searching. I saw the same, letterheads, some of the keywords of my paper, somewhere on the link, and I checked through, and I saw that this guy copied everything. Removed my name, completely removed my name, and then they said yes, and then, changed the pattern, and everything was very the same. And then he submitted. You know what? I got it, I ran my check, 100% copied, and it was linking to my paper. I wrote to the university, copied the person, and that guy was sanctioned. The journal made a disclaimer on the website. In fact, in some journal, they will prescribe you, they will never publish again in their platform. I didn't do that. I mean, if you publish a copied work and they catch you, that will be the end of your publication career. Please do not copy. Always do original things, and I'm sure you will make success. Thank you so much.